Hello and welcome to today's video, and today I am looking at this JVC HR7655EK. Now this is what all of the clones are based on. Well, not all of them, but the clones that of this particular series. So that includes in my collection the 3V32, which is from Ferguson, the 9 I can't remember the model number, the 3984 from ITT. I don't think that's the correct model number, but the ITT equivalent that I have of this, all of them come from this, the 7650 and 7655. The 7650 is identical to this, except it does not have the long play standard play feature. On the European market there's also a 7600 which is identical again, except it lacks the standard play long play feature and linear stereo. All of the trick functions are exactly the same. Being that this is a long play model, you do get your 4 heads and your 8-hour recording time. Now I've hooked it up to this little Sanyo here, and let's give it a go and see how she performs. So some things to note which are different technically from the other decks. The panel behind here for the buttons is different on each version of this deck. So each vendor has a different panel behind here. This panel, from what I can tell, is identical, and obviously the clock is identical as well. So let's hit play and let's take a look at the screen, and hopefully I'm on the right channel. That's your macro vision. So fast forward search, not half bad. Picture quality, good, really good actually. For VHS it really is not bad at all. So I'll just turn the sound down, and I would like to show off some of the trick functions. So let's do ×2 speed. Absolutely perfect. Clear picture. There is a little bit of artifacting at the top, but that's to be expected. Back into standard speed. Absolutely perfect. Now one thing I want to show off is slow motion. Absolutely astounding. The picture is perfect. It's there's no noise, and if I just increase the speed of the slow motion, so a little bit faster frame by frame, very little noise whatsoever. If I go back to literally frame by frame there, a little bit of noise, but really nothing to write home about. And play. If I pause, it's quite interesting how it pauses. So if I hit play and then pause again, it actually pauses at the point where it can get a perfect still frame. So it doesn't, if you hit pause, it doesn't just stop at the point where you've paused it. It will actually hunt until it's got a perfect still frame. And hit play again. A little bit of noise there, but that's just the tape itself. Reverse is very good. Fast forward, which is 7 times search, is not half bad actually. Now this is interesting. I want to do a comparison of this with the 3V32 because I'm convinced that this deck is actually better than the 3V32. Now, they should be exactly the same deck. They should be, so that's frame advance incidentally. They should be exactly the same. There shouldn't be any difference between them whatsoever because they are the same deck. The only difference should be the front panel and obviously the front fascia. But I'm wondering if there are, certainly in the JVC versions, higher quality components and some additional logic which is giving us that selective still frame arrangement. In other words, it is hunting for a still frame at a point where it gets a perfect still frame. So that's probably going to be the subject of my next video, is going to be comparing these two decks. The way I'm going to do it is I'm not going to bother using composite and audio outs. I'm just going to use standard RF out. So we're going to level the playing field as much as possible. We're going to use the same cassette media, so in other words that copy of Tango and Cash that I seem to have for a lot of my testing purposes, and we're going to be running the same tests, so just seeing how they perform with fast forward and rewind search, X2 playback, so ×2 speed and slow, and also pause with frame advance. But for what I paid for it, I'm rather proud of it. It really didn't cost that much. It was in total, I think I paid £25 for it. And I had a look at it before making this video because I wanted to see if there was any work that I needed to do on it. So any sort of belts that needed to be replaced, and to be honest, it works straight out of the box, quite literally. So for the minute, I've done nothing to it. This is how it arrived, minus the top flap there, which is missing, unfortunately. But this is how it arrived. I haven't cleaned it, I haven't done anything to it. This is how it came. I've had the top cover off and the front panel off because I wanted to see if there were differences between this panel, which there are. But that's it. That's literally all I've done. Anyway, I'm looking forward to doing this side-by-side test. So the next video will be me doing a side-by-side test of this deck with the 3V32. So if you want to see that, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all the other YouTubey type things. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and thank you for watching.